Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, right here on the lake in Celebration, Florida. I am beginning the day with a piping hot caffeinated beverage, hot vanilla latte, so hot indeed. It has the cardboard sleeve on it, which is I'm very thankful for because it is permeating my fingers. Now, even though I've been in this area as far as a resident, you call it a part-time residency, because I did have a place in Anaheim, California that I moved out of at the beginning of December, in November, December last year. And I've had the place here for a little over a year because I re-signed the lease for a second time at the end of December. So the current lease that I have, that I'm going to be walking over to the town city hall, if you will, in a moment, is the one I have that will expire at the end, December 31st, I believe, of 2022. Very complicated, long-winded intro, but basically, I am now going to get my residence card, take either my bike or scooter around, and show what the perks of living here are. Join me. It's happening. Finally. Shall you? And as the recording of this, it is Friday, February 25th, 2022, looking down Market Street. But I'm gonna walk over, it's a couple blocks over to the town hall. Not a lot will change once I get my residency card. Really don't need it to live here, but if you want to access some of the perks like the number, there are quite a few pools in the area, or maybe the tennis courts, the basketball courts, the gyms, things like that I have not had the time nor the inspiration to go use. I'm kind of showing an overview here of the entire property. This is kind of like looking around. So right here, Lake Reinhard, that's kind of where I'm staying. That's the main lake. By getting my residency card, I'll also get a parking decal. Even though I park in an area you don't really need it, it will be good for other areas where it is required if I went to said pools and said gyms and things like that. Hope that clears it up. That's why I need it. And if all goes well a little bit later, I'm gonna try to get myself a post office box here in town if they have any available, right across Market Square. Kind of wedged in between that very distinct looking building over there on the far end and the Cornerstone Deli. The post office is wedged in there. I'll see if they have any P.O. boxes available, and I might take care of that today too. I'm just getting some stuff done. Now, in order to get a resident card, you have to have a copy of your current lease. That is what is inside this little binder here. So I'm taking that with me. Without the proper paperwork, no resident card. And this is it, the town hall. Not the city hall, it's the town hall. And as stated, as recording of this is the 25th. It looks like tomorrow on the 26th, according to that sign there, they're having an event called Pups and Pints. But inside here is where I get my resident card. Very unique architecture all around town. And when you first walk in, they embrace the history of the town itself, starting with these glass cases and then looking down the long corridor down there at the reception window is where I'll be having to go up to. But if you go past the reception window, there is the rather large emblem, which is the seal of Celebration, if you will, right here along the side of the wall. And past that seal, the Celebration seal, is a glass case full of artifacts giving the history of the town dating back to the mid-90s when it was created. All kind of items right in here from the Disney Corporation, Eisner himself, a photograph of Eisner, as well as, you know, some blueprints, plans, a hard hat, even a time capsule sheet, things like that all in here, which I didn't even realize all this was in here. So it's pretty neat that they do embrace the history here in town, even though Disney no longer is affiliated with running the town anymore. And I took my hat off for the photograph. Figured, you know, for the photo, take my hat off. But I got the resident card there behind the temporary parking pass, which is good till summer. And she was telling me that after summertime, they're going to go to a sticker version of the parking pass. But for now, whenever I'm in certain areas where the parking pass is required, I can kind of dangle this from my rear view mirror. But most places you don't need it, but only a couple spots in town that you need the parking pass. I went ahead and grabbed one of these too, which is a little booklet with all the info about what's happening around town. The calendar of events, I mean, the month's almost over, does kind of go over into March as well. But, you know, I'm still going to travel a lot, but when I am home, it'd be nice to know what's going on in the community. So this is, I have to grab one of these, you know, each and every month. Now walking over to the post office. Here's the emblem here as well. Established 1994 is when this area was built. Here's some of the local residents of that time that have placed bricks all around it. A historical moment for sure. Right here, 94. The Eisner years. In fact, I found a photo online of Eisner standing in the town square. I'll go over there. It's right beside the post office, and I'll show when he did the kind of the grand opening ceremony of the town. Here's what I was referring to. You can see what is now the Bank of America there behind him, that unique building, and the town clock, as well as a lot of people wearing Mickey shirts. And that building's still the same, obviously, and it's the same clock. And everyone was gathered here in Market Square next to the fountain. Kind of has a Orange Circle vibe, doesn't it? Because I lived near the Orange Circle, and now I live near another circle. A lot of the buildings were designed by famous architects. The post office was designed by Michael Graves, not one of the Misfit singers, but the same Michael Graves who designed the Team Disney building at Burbank, the one with the 7 dwarfs holding up the roof line. Also designed the Swan and Dolphin Hotel, which means if one is available, you know, if there's a P.O. box available, and I do in the future get any mail, I'll have to walk over and I'll check it outside because it is all outdoors. Obviously the tellers and when you mail packages are inside the door over there, but this is all open air. And I'll show some of the other buildings and name off some of the architects, like the one next to it. Next to the post office is a different architect. Michael Graves, famous architect, designed this post office. Pretty cool. I'm really hyping this up, and if they don't have any available, then it'll be a sad trombone moment. All right, that went well. They had 2 P.O. boxes left. Guy at the counter said they go pretty quick. Sometimes people get them online. Said fill the paperwork out quickly, bring it back to him. I did. I now have a P.O. box. My plan, now today is not the plan. I still have to get things printed. I have to get the items that I'm going to be giving away, but I would like to start. Anyone that sends me a self-addressed stamped envelope, I will send out free items, stickers, pins, anything I can shove in a small envelope. That's where the P.O. box is going to come into play. I'm not going to do like a mail haul. I don't want anyone sending any correspondence. I don't want to have anything given to me. I only want an envelope that I can send out free stuff to others. And you might be eyeballing this kind of postmodern looking structure here. This was created by architect Philip Johnson. Very sleek design. More pillars than are really necessary. Pretty neat looking though, right? And it might be a couple weeks before I get the whole ball rolling on the giveaway stuff. But it'll happen. Also, this structure reminds me a lot of the Harrison Ford futuristic film Blade Runner. I never saw the follow-up to it that came out a few years ago, but I do love some Blade Runner, and that's what this tower reminds me of here beside Bank of America. Now I just got to find a place locally in the greater Orlando, Central Florida area that I can get a mess load of stickers printed to give away. So it'll be in a couple weeks before I get the ball rolling, as I said, on giving away stuff. Also wanted to show this book. I'm back at my place now. A friend of mine gave me. Kind of a hard to find book on the area about Celebration. Kind of shows a little bit of a little more in-depth history and shows in correlation to WDW just across the way here the square mileage, if you will, of what is now Celebration, and a bunch of other things in this book. Simply titled The Story of a Town, this book goes into a lot of the architecture, the building material that the houses were built out of. Here's another photo of all the architects, and Eisner right there by the fountain looking down Market Street as well. And more info on Philip Johnson's work, Michael Graves' work, and the Bank of America now used to be the Preview Center architect named Charles Moore. I love this photo of the construction. Market Street's not even done yet. Eventually the movie theater would be right over here in this area, and the coffee shop, Starbucks, is right over here on this corner as well. Weren't even any houses yet. They built the downtown before any houses. Also wanted to show this. I got this at the market here in town last weekend. An artist by the name of Hubert. See his name right down there. I saw this a few months ago and just recently, this last weekend, purchased it. But it's basically his artistic rendition of the Harold Lloyd silent film, where he's like kind of dangling from the clock in Los Angeles. But this is downtown Market Street Celebration. And this is an artistic representation of that silent film clock. But instead, it's the girl and the dog who are kind of the logo and the mascot on the emblem of Celebration. And this is pretty cool. And you got Lake Reinhardt over there, and the main area there, post office over there, and there's that very unique architecture there as well. I don't know, this is pretty cool. I took it off the wall just to show it, but I like it. Went ahead and got my bike and gonna kind of cruise around on the bike. Now over here is the first pool that I now have access to with that card, and I officially can use the pool now. Residents only. I am a resident, and the hours are as so. Right up there. Opens at 7 a.m. So I might start doing some early morning swims. Maybe not just this pool, but other pools, or in the afternoon or late evening. Try the card. All right, I just figured it out. I have to put the card up against this, like so. You can hear the beep. Okay, there's the beep. This unlatches, and I can go in. There's people in the pool. I don't want to disturb them, but yeah, that's how it works. And since the theater is in view over there, there were some rumors, and there was even a company hopefully going to be reopening the theater. And I just read online recently, within the last day or two, that that fell through. So there is currently no plan in place by anyone, at least as far as public record goes, or anyone that's promoting to do so, of reopening the theater that's been closed for over a decade. There was someone trying to do it, but it didn't work out from what I was reading, which is kind of too bad. I hope someone, some organization steps in and is able to talk to whoever owns it, or the, whoever is over the entire building itself, and they get something going. Sometimes I like reading these little church signs. Sometimes inspirational quotes, and then other times, cute ones that you can learn a lot from. A lot of golf carts through this area too. A lot of the homeowners in this area have golf carts. Oh, here's a coffee shop I'm gonna have to try sometime. Not today, I've already had one. The King's Cafe, right over here on the church property. Nice. Also want to show this. This is pretty neat. On the side of the Presbyterian Chapel. Look who it's dedicated to. Walton Roy. Pretty neat. Side note, I am not a homeowner in this area. I just rent a small place. Nothing too extravagant. The housing market through here is a little higher than normal for Central Florida. Wow, look at this one. It's like mansion-esque. Beautiful. Doesn't it just feel like a movie set? Doesn't it just feel like a backlot? I know I've stated that before, and I don't want to keep reiterating myself, but I feel like this is like a backlot. I was just going to allude to the fact that, and say, what am I, in Savannah, Georgia right now? I was going to say that as I rode past this square, because it reminds me of, where the Forrest Gump bench would be in Savannah, Georgia. And look at the name of the square. That was unplanned. I've never seen this square before. Right here off of Mulberry, Savannah Square. Because it looks like Savannah, Georgia. Beautiful. And pulling down this road, take a look at the name of this. Right here. Wisteria Lane. Just like Desperate Housewives. There's Wisteria Court and Wisteria Lane. Okay, East Lawn definitely has a Beverly Hills vibe to it. Not only the houses, but also the palm trees. I wonder if Weezer would write a song about this place instead of Beverly Hills. And there's a pool here as well. Open from 7 to 10. Well, yeah, 7 to 10 up till Labor Day. Right there. Okay, so far, 2 different pools I can choose from. This one doesn't really have anybody in it. A couple people just walked out, but look at this, like a circular pool here. Nice. Gotta remember this one too. Got a few options so far and I'm still not done exploring. I like this one a lot. A little umbrella in the middle. And just a rough estimate money-wise, what I am renting here, half of what I was paying in Anaheim. Half. Granted, a little bit smaller place, not much smaller, a little bit smaller place, half the rent. Disneyland was close to my Anaheim spot. 2 parks, Disneyland and DCA. Here, 4 parks and a couple water. I go to the water parks. Half the price. A lot more humidity here though, so I will say that. California's weather, I enjoy that a little more. Other than that, I'm pretty content with my decision. Pretty dang content. Made it over to another one. This is titled Heritage Hall. Have a fountain out of front of this one too. I'm gonna have to remember this one as well. Plenty of options. Plenty of options. All right, see what else I can find. Also, once I get over to some of these gyms and show them, I'm probably not gonna be doing any cardio. I'm getting some nice steps in, covering some miles today on this bike. But I'm gonna show the gyms and just kind of research it for a future reference. This road right through here gives me some serious Hollywood vibes. Hollywood Studios vibes even, which is only a couple miles away, WDW. Another perfect example of what I'm referring to. Look at that beautiful building. Love it. It's kind of like living in Hollywood without the urine smell. And I believe this is another area I was looking for, Spring Lake. But here it is, Spring Lake Pool and Fitness Center, right here. Yeah, but this is nice. Got the weights over there. They got a good amount of stuff. Treadmill, bikes, which I'm on a bike. Yeah. I will definitely be in here on occasion. I won't be here every day or anything like that, but nice. And another pool back there, which I'm also allowed to use. So a workout facility and a pool over here at Spring Lake. Keeping that in the back of my mind. Showing the infamous Celebration Pond. Right up here. The entryway to Celebration, right on World Drive. You can see all the traffic coming in off World Drive. We're doing a little construction over here too. The infamous Celebration Pond. If you know, you know. Yeah, you don't see too many Mickey D's that have this kind of architectural style. I like it. As well as the 7-Eleven. Looks like something off of Sunset Boulevard, doesn't it? And this is the library as well. Still haven't been inside there, but one of these days I'll get in the library. If you want to drop your books off after or during hours, there's a library return right there. All right, now supposedly over here at Advent Health Hospital, there is a rather decent size workout facility gym, I'm being told. I don't know where it is on property, but I'm gonna sign up for a membership just in case the Spring Hill area one is full or the machines aren't available. You can always use this one. All right, I'm inside now. Check it out. Kind of unique architecture in here as well. This is in the far corner of the hospital. Fitness center and day spa. We'll go in and get some information. It happened. I now have a gym membership here. I'll lock my bike over here. They have bike racks. Now probably when I come back over, I'll be driving my car. Might ride the bike, who knows? For 13 months, when you pay for an entire year, obviously they want you to pay monthly, but if you pay an entire year off, they give you a free month, so I have it until the end of March of 23. So the pool is over here. And there's 2 pools. It's almost one kind of like a hot tub. It's a 90-degree pool. So not quite as toasty as a hot tub, but a big pool that is warmer than a regular pool, and then there is the regular pool that is sitting at about 50 degrees or so right behind that wall. The gym is on the 3rd floor, and the gentleman that helped me out gave me a kind of a full tour of the inside. So there's a really good sunset if you look out. I even asked, can you see the Epcot fireworks in the evening? And he wasn't sure. They're open every day. It was in late of last year, 21. A week or two before New Year's Day. Decided I'm really gonna start watching what I eat a little more, eating less, eating better, and then obviously doing a little more cardio. It's working pretty good. I didn't even weigh myself. This is not a diet. It's more of a lifestyle change of sorts. Just giving myself more options, trying to stay busy, trying to stay more active. And then when I travel, hotel gyms are really good for using their cardio. Stairmasters I don't do so good with. I really have the best knees from working retail, stocking shelves and loading horse hay and stuff like that. But I do like the elliptical, and I do like treadmills, and now I'll be able to start maybe throwing some weights into the equation. So I can use this here when I'm home, either this or the Spring Hill spot. Not sure if it's going to be a morning thing, an afternoon thing, a nighttime thing, or if it'll be every day, but pretty often. No real goal in mind, except when I look in the mirror, well, also how I feel. I want to feel better, which I already am. But when I look in the mirror, I'll be able to tell I'm seeing a difference, more than hopping on a scale, if you will. And this traffic over here has to yield for these golf carts. So you see there's a little golf cart path here. Everyone has to yield for the golf carts. Not everyone yields for the golf carts, though. Sometimes no one will yield, but it's supposed to yield for the golf carts as they go by. Now, knowing me, I'll probably get pulled into a rabbit hole where I'm really going to start focusing more on working out. But I'm not going to go ahead and state that. But the option's there. I have it. It's there. No reason not to. I really like this bike. And I like living here. Traffic's really backed up for some reason through here. Maybe it's to yield to all those golf carts. Back on Water Street. It's been a good day. I got a lot accomplished. Quite a bit accomplished. A lot of errands. Kind of boring stuff that normally wouldn't be exciting to put together in an episode, so I really appreciate anyone watching as I got some stuff done. Now am an official resident. I have my resident card. I can use the gyms in town, I can use the pools in town, I can go to resident functions, movie nights at the gazebo over by Lake Reinhard. Hello, duck, goose, a duck, or a goose. I think that's something that you play in a circle with other people. I appreciate you watching. A lot accomplished. Got the gym membership. I can use a couple of the gyms that are free, or not free, but included with my rent for living here in Celebration, Florida. Or use, which I probably 9 times out of 10 will go to the really nice, lots of ellipticals, lots of treadmills, lots of Stairmasters, lots of equipment. I think there's even some personal trainers there, and a pool, a couple pools at the hospital. I feel accomplished today. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is going back, and I got a post office box. Forgot the post office up here. I got a stinking post office box. More on that later, on what I will be doing with that. And also, this still reminds me of a Harrison Ford futuristic film. The vlog is over.